Welcome to my presentation on excretion. Firstly, we need to know what is excretion, and this is the removal of waste products of metabolism from the body. So the removal of metabolic wastes such as water, carbon dioxide, urea, and salts. These can get toxic if they are allowed to accumulate in the body, so we need to get rid of them. First one we focus on is carbon dioxide. This is produced in respiration. It is transported to the lungs through the blood supply, and it is excreted in the air we exhale. The next one we look at is water. This is also a result of respiration, and it is consumed as well as you drink it, and it is excreted in urine and sweat, with a little bit excreted in the air we exhale. The third type is bile pigments, and these are basically just broken down hemoglobin or red blood cells, and they are excreted in the feces. Urea is the third and final type. This is formed from broken down amino acids through deamination, and it is excreted in the urine. If we have a look at the actual structures of the urinary system, we have the two large organs, the kidneys, and they are connected to the bladder through a tube called the ureter. The bladder is just a muscular sac that stores the urine until it is ready to be excreted through the urethra. The functions of the urinary system are simple. The major one is the excretion of nitrogenous wastes, metabolic wastes. The second one is to regulate the amount of water we have in our system through osmoregulation, and this also helps regulate the salt content as well as the pH levels within the blood. Now obviously the blood is needing to be filtered, and this is where the toxins are carried around our body. So our kidneys need a very big blood supply. So from the aorta, it separates into renal arteries, one going into each kidney. In the kidney, filtration occurs. The cleaned blood is then returned through the renal vein up into the inferior vena cava, which will then travel to the heart. All the waste products that have been filtered out are then pushed through the ureter, stored in the bladder until such time as excretion can occur, and then will be released through a muscular ring called a sphincter out the urethra into the external environment. A macroscopic structure of the kidney is rather complex at first glance, but we will break it down a little bit later on for you. As you can see here, we have just sliced through a longitudinal section of the kidney, and you can see that the ureter branches off into many calyxes where all the urine is collected from. And again, we'll get into the deeper structures of the kidney a little bit later. Inside the kidney, however, we need to focus on the macroscopic structure, which is the nephron. So if we were to look at the section of the kidney, there'd be thousands upon thousands of these nephrons. At first glance, once again, it is quite a complex system, and that is the focus of our next video. Thank you very much for joining me. See you soon.